Yo, bro, the second biggest reason for divorce is financial reasons. And look at these low-income neighborhoods and look at the divorce rates there. Mm-hmm. Imagine we just fix finances. We start to fix now the home structure because there won't be as many divorces.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 17 of the Bad Talk Show. But more importantly, this is Financial Literacy Month, so welcome to that, y'all. Obviously, you guys know this whole platform is built off of financial literacy. So today we wanted to make an episode where we talk about what happens when you don't have financial literacy, what happens when you do have financial literacy, and why this topic is so important within the Black and brown community. So let's just hop right in, bro. What you got for him?
Yeah, so it's one thing to gain wealth. It's another thing to maintain wealth. Like, I need us to understand that concept because some people think like, all right, once I hit $1 million, I'm done. All right, you're going to see. So let's talk about it. First of all, you could think about some popular people that we know that hit that benchmark. A lot of athletes, a lot of rappers. Let's talk about athletes first. NBA players, 60% of NBA players go broke within 5 years of retirement. 78% of NFL players go broke within 2 years of retirement. So what does that tell you? These people have made millions of dollars. We've all looked up to them when we were younger. And then guess what? They lost it. Why? Because they didn't have that financial literacy.
Exactly. And speaking of NBA players, Antoine Walker, right? This man used to be balling on Miami Heat. He won the championship, NBA All-Star, made over $100 million in his lifetime. Boy went broke because he invested in the real estate market. The market crashed. Then he realized that what happened was terrible, filed for bankruptcy, but then he realized what he was doing. So then now he teaches people about financial literacy. So y'all, think about it. He had money. He invested in real estate, but he didn't know what he was doing. Yeah. So just because you have money and you invest in stocks or real estate does not mean it's going to go up. You actually have to have an understanding of the concept.
You have to. That's a perfect example of that, and that's why you can follow back to it, right? Because we're going to make sure you know what to do when you get that money. And then another person I think of on the NFL side is Vince Young. Mm-hmm. Vince Young, this guy made $26 million in his career. He was a Pro Bowler, number 3 pick in the NFL draft, went bankrupt. Why? Because of his spending habits. Yo, this guy bought out an entire plane just because he didn't want to deal with people.
Yeah, nah, he's bugging out. Like, and that's what? The thing, right? Like, he doesn't know better. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and just say you don't know better. And the thing is, like, that's a lot of people. We just gave y'all the statistics behind this. So that's crazy in itself. But let's switch into something else. Let's talk music. We all love music. We know the GOAT of music is Michael Jackson. So what happened with him?
Michael Jackson died with over $400 million in debt.
Yep. And that's a moment of silence, to be honest.
Moment of silence on that. Like, that's ridiculous. And we know him to be the greatest musician of all time. And he was deeply in debt. So yeah, he might have an amazing talent. That doesn't mean he knows how to handle the finances that come with it.
Right. And something else, and we're throwing these statistics at you right now because it should like be, making you think about what's happening. So let's think about this. 69% of Americans do not have more than $1,000 in their savings account. 69%, y'all. And no, please do not use the excuse that it's a salary, it's what you do. Because look, we all have problems. I understand it. But if there is someone who has a below average salary and is able to make over $1 million because of his investments and he knows what to do in the financial field, you guys can save more than $1,000 in your savings account. Yeah. So let's not use that excuse, y'all.
Yeah, for real. Like that word, excuse. I'm tired of the excuses. Like, it's not even about your salary because I have much respect for whatever salary you bring in. Mm-hmm. But I feel that for a while now, we've been making too many excuses. I've looked at people's spending habits. I've seen people from all types of income levels. And the spending habits, if anything, the spending habits of people with low income are worse than the spending habits of people with high income.
It's actually a saying, right? Like, if you make everyone the same amount, like, so let's just say you take a millionaire and you give him zero income, right? Mm-hmm. And you take someone who earns $100,000 and you give him zero income. Guess what's going to happen? The millionaire will find a way to become a millionaire again because they have the spending habits. It's all about the habits that you build, right? Yeah. Y'all want to go and buy those amazing shoes at Nike. You guys are not investing in Nike stock. You guys want to go and dress up and go drink that Starbucks, drink that Dunkin' Donuts, buy the most expensive coffee to show off. You guys are not investing in Starbucks. So y'all giving someone else money and not making money for yourself. Come on, y'all. Let's stop it.
Henny got Louis on. You don't invest in LVMH. What we doing?
Like, exactly.
Come on. What we doing as a culture? It's frustrating, bro. I'm telling you, like, because Listen, we're gonna get deep. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got more for y'all.
In fact,
get into it.
So let's just switch it over, right? Let's talk about what happens when you do have financial literacy, all right? So we talked about some athletes that were not so great. So let's talk about the ones that that really changed the culture. So Kobe Bryant, bro, let's talk about him.
Kobe Bryant, the greatest of all time, better than Michael Jordan, better than LeBron. Anyways, so my boy Kobe, he turned a $6 million investment in body armor to $400 million. That real generational wealth.
Right, and that should tell you that he was thinking about the future because he knew that, I understand this company, I understand logistics, I understand what the potential is, I'm going to put my money right there, right? So that's the future. Someone else who thought about the future was Nip. So let's talk about that.
My boy Nipsey Hussle. Man, I love Nipsey so much, man. He inspired me into this investing game heavy. He had a smart store. So everybody might have heard of the Marathon store. That was a smart store. One of the first of its kind. You can buy an item in his store, like you could buy some clothes, and it's connected to exclusives. So for example, if you buy a shirt, you could scan the code on the shirt and get access to exclusives like maybe early releases of music or meetups or something like that. So he might even say, he might send a tweet out, yo, listen, anybody who bought the red V-neck Crenshaw shirt, go check the app right now. I uploaded an album for you.
Right.
That's so genius. We talking about NFTs before NFTs gained popularity. He was a forward thinker.
Exactly. And that's just incentivizing people. How did he know that works as a business strategy? Because he studied business, right? He studied the literacy behind everything that happens within the business field. So that in itself is amazing. Yeah. So now let's talk about some other people. We want to stick with music, right? Let's talk about Jay-Z. We all know him for his music, but he was the first hip-hop billionaire with a B, y'all. Like exactly. Let's just think about that. Like, this man obviously is great for music, but if you take out his music and he doesn't go on tours, he still is worth $500 million. On top of that, he makes $70 to $80 million a year without going on tour, without touching music.
It's different.
So just think about that, right? Then you got Shaquille O'Neal. This guy is amazing. He owns over 155 guys. He's invested in car wash businesses. He's invested in franchisees. Now, on top of that, in the most Shaq fashion, he owns stores and shows in Vegas, bro. Like, just think about that.
Shaq would own stores in Vegas.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this guy literally owns an entire show for himself. Like that's crazy. So all that passive income he's making is because someone taught him that financial literacy aspect. Yeah,
and it's funny. Think about the names we're naming. I'm thinking about Kobe, thinking about Shaq, Jay-Z, Nipsey. We didn't even bring up, we got like LeBron, Michael Jordan,
Tiger Woods,
man. Listen, all these amazing athletes and entertainers, what did they get their money from? Was it their investments or their talents? You got to really think about it. It's like these are some of the greatest talents that's ever hit planet Earth. And they made their money off their investments. They made more money outside of their craft than they did on the inside of their craft.
I know you were talking about athletes, and I think we got to give a special shout out to Serena Williams because, when I think about tennis, right, and I think about Nike, she pops in because she ran Nike, and Nike profited so much off of that. So a lot of her money comes from endorsements. It's just crazy to think about. Like, shout out to you for that one, honestly.
For sure.
But now that we mentioned athletes, we mentioned rappers, we mentioned what happens when you don't have financial literacy, what happens when you do have financial literacy. So now we want to talk about something that's very close to us, the Black and brown community. Please tap in right now because we're about to dive deep. All right, so let's just talk about it.
Exactly. So in the Black and brown community, first of all, I know a lot of us want to be athletes, rappers, and not to mention the median salary of a rapper is only $77,000 a year. Come on, let's start thinking to be investors. You have a higher chance of being a successful investor than you do an athlete. Only 0.03% of players ever go to the NBA.
Yeah, and we're not saying don't pursue your dreams. Trust me when I say this. We practiced every day. We were going crazy. We wanted to think ball was life. But then, you start realizing if you take that work ethic that y'all have right now and transition it into being an investor, you guys will be crazy.
Bro, talk about mindset, man. All these, people that play in the streets, right? The streets have the best businessmen. Like, the streets have the best businessmen. Y'all just taking your talents and y'all using it in the wrong field, right? You're using it in an illegal way. Imagine you took that same business acumen and you put it towards something legal. You're running up better than people who came up with better circumstances than you. So first of all, something else I want to touch on in that realm is crime, right? So a big problem in our communities would be crime. Poverty begets begets crime, right? We all know it. You can look up the correlation between poverty rates and crime rates.
Yep.
Right? All the lowest income areas have the highest crime. And so if we actually can get our people to become financially literate or become financially like independent, then that will solve a lot of issues. We talked about, did we even bring up divorce rates in this?
Yeah, we did.
Word, yo, bro. The second biggest reason for divorce is financial reasons. And look at these low-income neighborhoods and look at the divorce rates there. Imagine we just fix finances. We start to fix now the home structure because there won't be as many divorces.
Yep.
And now we have families, a full family structure, and look what that could do even for crime.
Yeah. No, it makes a huge difference. And you know what? It's crazy because you kind of just said it. Like, if you fix a certain bit of problems and you teach financial literacy, it could go a long way. A great example of that is right now, look at Google, look at Microsoft, and look at Twitter. Those are all Indian CEOs, right? The reason why they're so successful is because in India, guess what they're doing, y'all? They're teaching people how to run a business. They're teaching people financial literacy. They're teaching people the business acumen. And then they take that, because my guys are nice, and they're bringing it to the United States. You know, like, this is us. So now it's a whole different ballgame because we know what to do. So it's not that you can't be successful. You just need the knowledge to be successful, you know? And on that note, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the Bag Talk Show and hit that little notification bell because we drop
2 videos a week.
And you do not want to miss them, all right? So let's just continue with that and tell them one more thing.
Yeah. So, like, you know, you brought up India. Let's talk Africa for a second, right? The median age in Africa is only 19 years old.
Yep.
Like, really let that sink in. The median age is only 19 years old. And crypto users in Africa grew by 2,500% in 2021. So this young population of Africa is tapping into crypto. So it's good that even out there, they're getting financially literate. Like, okay, this is the future. America, we kind of have to do better on this side because we're just indulging in all the wrong things. Like, even like our usage of TikTok. TikTok is a Chinese app. They don't even use TikTok in China. They don't allow their children to use it, and they put limits on their phone usage in China. So it's like, really think about what we're doing, poisoning our minds over here. Like, we should be tapping into, our schools should be teaching financial literacy more.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And that's why you see the results. Like, you brought up India. Like, it's amazing, like, what they're doing over there, teaching financial literacy. It's just like, we got to bring that to our communities on this side.
Yeah, because listen, yo, like, it's our habits. We talked about it. Let's not go crazy. Like, I know people love to spend money on weddings, and there's levels to this. There's literally levels to weddings, y'all. Like, y'all can have weddings that are $50K, and Indian people will look at you like that's a joke. Unless you spend 100 bands on a wedding, that's nothing. You need to be going 200. You need to be going crazy because they want to appease people. They want to get that clout. Well, guess what? If you just take that money and don't spend it on a wedding, and you spend it on different things like assets, then you can build. Right? So that's why we're trying to heavily stress this concept, because if you have this knowledge, yo, it's a whole different world.
Bro, you bringing up something about being a consumer. Like, a lot of our people are professional consumers. And it's blowing minds, bro. It's killing me. Like, imagine that we just tapped into, like, these opportunities in front of us, like crypto or like even metaverse. Like, the metaverse is going to provide so many opportunities for people.
Yeah.
Like jobs. I'm talking about, if we just forward think, like, you can be in the metaverse. You could be a fashion designer in the metaverse, for example. You could teach classes in the metaverse. You
could be a real estate agent in the metaverse. You can do whatever you want. It's literally virtual reality. It's augmented reality. We tapped in what the metaverse is on Monday's episode. So go check that out.
Bro.
But it's your world, bro. Like, this is our one chance to go and fight back. I know y'all seen the video. I won't go crazy, but fight back, bro. Fight back.
Fight back, yo.
You know, like,
dude, you know, Forever 21 actually provides jobs in Decentraland.
I'm not even surprised, bro.
They have a whole shop, 450,000 square feet. They providing jobs. They got people selling clothes, NFTs in Decentraland, and yet we're not tapping into that. But watch. As soon as Decentraland is more popping, as soon as Facebook launches their metaverse and everything, what we gonna do? Become consumers.
Yep.
So now when the opportunity is available, we didn't tap in.
And that's what we're telling you guys. Please tap in. So you clearly saw the passion that just came out. So that's why we made this channel. Like, we didn't touch on who we are, nothing crazy, but trust me, if y'all listen right now and tap into financial literacy, it will go a long way. So if you're still watching this video, we really do appreciate you. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell because we drop
2 videos a week.
and you do not want to miss them. So make sure you check out our video on Monday because that will be the last crypto episode for Rookie Mondays where we will teach you how to use Coinbase. So that's going to be super, super cool. But we're going to catch you on Monday. Until then, peace.
Peace.